What's your name?
Harper.
What's your favorite thing to eat?
Butter noodles.
Buttered noodles.
There you go.
What's your favorite fall activity?
No.
Jumping leaves.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
All right.
All right, who's next?
You gonna say hi?
I got this. Hi. Wait, can I do ASMR?
Can you no. Can you introduce?
Okay.
Introduce yourself.
Hi. Oh, I'm Jenny.
Great. Favorite thing to do in the fall?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Lou,
Boring.
Okay.
Your
let's see.
turn.
You better come with something.
there's some good now. Okay, we can't see your face.
Oh, hi. I'm Lewis, and my favorite fall activity.
Still can't see your face.
Yes, you can.
Okay, keep going.
Is basketball. Well, like that's not like that's more of my favorite, but like football, I guess.
Okay.
All right, 6, 7.
6,
7. All right.
Bye.
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 Get,
watch out.
Get out of here. Close the door. All right, you got to meet
You got to meet the brood.
all the children. So,
All right.
they're podcast stars. All right, happy. What's this today? Saturday.
It's November 1st.
Oh yeah, November 1st.
It is. Happy fall.
And then we got through
Yep.
Halloween.
We did.
And
we
it was
both did.
cold.
It was
rainy.
cold and rainy. At least it didn't snow. You know what? It
I
didn't
know.
snow.
I feel like last year it snowed.
Yeah. And this was actually my first year where I was not with them trick or treating.
I wasn't either.
I know. So
I was in my cozy house.
yeah.
I had a spicy margarita. It was yummy. And yeah, I got 0 trick-or-treaters.
0?
0.
Man.
Okay. I literally was like sitting there like, well, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nothing. All right. So today our episode is called Get What You Tolerate.
Yep.
So raising standards in supply chain leadership and life. So Katie, give us the background on this one a little bit.
Okay, so the background on this one is I get this article. It's from Dr. Julie Gerner. So she has a Substack feed that you can subscribe to. There's one that you can pay for or not pay for. And sometimes they're a little like, whew, that feels like so hard hitting. But sometimes I think you need to hear it. So I was going to read really quickly because this was the one and I forwarded it to Courtney.
And Katie forwards me all these like inspirational paragraphs. Sometimes I let them add up and I'm like, what is she sending me? But they're great. And then I forward them on to others and spread love. So
see, there you go. So this one is all about basically you get what you tolerate. And what she says is it's simple, but it's something a lot of people don't put into words. Tolerating a job that drains you, you'll stay stuck. Tolerating vendors who walk all over you, they'll keep doing it. Tolerating a low income or revenue, you might not push forward and be as resourceful as you could be. Tolerating low standards for yourself and your relationship or health. And that's what you're going to keep getting. And so she talks a lot about how if you raise your standards, there will be some pain, right? Because it's different and it's change. But on the other side of that, your whole world can shift. And I thought it was a good reminder that when you are demanding more of yourself, your work, those around you, higher standards mean better outcomes.
Okay, so that's what's to come. But first, yes,
okay. First, we want to do a shout out to some of our brand ambassadors. So, first of all, Carly Cooper, you won a blinged out She Supply Chains cup. So, I hope you're enjoying that.
And we forgot to announce it. So, I was on a panel and people were like, who won the cup? And I was like, it was Carly.
It was Carly.
But yeah, so we are super excited. These are very popular cups. So, my BFF from growing up, Keisha Jackson, give a shout out. She makes these for us. And they are like handmade with love.
They are
and they're like
custom.
Mine used to have my name on it, but that's gone. But yeah, yeah, so they have our names on them. We're super excited. And if you become a brand ambassador, you can get your own cup.
Blinged out cup. And we have 2 new brand ambassadors. We want to give a shout out to Priya Agrawal, whom we have both known for such a long time. Welcome. So excited to have you. And also Madhuri Govakar. So she has also just joined the community and really, really excited about her as well.
Thank you for supporting us. And if you go on our website, you should be able to join and be a brand ambassador. But I'll talk a little bit about how Katie and I thought about it. And, for us, we were like, hey, there are other women that have the same mission and vision for raising women's voices in supply chain. And so we wanted to give people an opportunity to partner with us. So there's different levels. I won't go through all of them in crazy detail, but the level 1 is called the amplifier. That's really around sharing episode clips and quotes on social media, tagging your friends, and then just joining in on the conversation. Some people do that already. And then the builder, so post about your own supply chain journey. You can send episode ideas to us and show off any merch that you have
Yeah.
as well. And then level 3 is like champion. And so we'll have some special meetups with Katie and I and do some personalized kind of introduction and coaching. And then you can also help us shape like future content. Like what are
Mhm.
the things that we should be talking about and helping us promote and within your network. And if you're a student helping promote us on campus and promote the things that we're doing and the women that we're interviewing. So you get shout outs like this on our podcast and social media. You'll get discounts on merch and really a chance to help shape She Supply Chains and what we do moving forward. So if you'd love to join us, we'd love to have you. And please go on the website and
Check it out.
check it out.
All right, so now we're switching over to our topic,
Yeah.
inspired by Dr. Julie. So I'm gonna put the first question to you, Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
As you think about like you get what you tolerate, what do you think that means in the context of supply chain operations?
Yeah, so this was a good one. I think probably all of us in our careers, I felt this is specifically at the plants.
Mm,
Um, there are times where you kind of like try to pick your battles,
yeah,
and specifically around if you feel like performance isn't where it needs to be, or someone's not performing to where you think. There have been times I got this advice, especially as I come to a new role.
yeah,
People are like, "You need to make sure you have the team you need, and you guys have the right metrics, understand success
yeah,
very clearly." And I do. I know we've probably all had this. I have had employees where I know if they will meet me where I'm asking,
yeah.
and so if you're not pushing that
Yep,
bar,
yep.
they will stay right
Right where they
wherever
are. Yep.
are. And I forget I was reading this article, it was about like even good change is
It
hard.
is, yeah.
So people will always default to however they were doing it. And so I even think about myself. Like I think when I've had mentors or leaders really, really push me,
Yep.
even when I'm mad about it at the time or I don't agree, and I'm like, I think I'm like that's too much. But then when you like
Yeah.
realize you
Yeah.
get there, you're like, oh,
Oh,
I had that in me. So I do think I remember times like going into plants and I'm like, these results are not what we need to be. And yes, it could be easier to kind of say all the reasons why
yep, yep.
you can't move something forward or can't get to those next levels. I also do think it does force you to think about, and I've had these situations where there's like more structural problems where you're like, hey, we're doing all the things, but we're not
It's still
seeing,
not moving.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where then I
Yeah.
think it forces you to really go deeper
Yep.
to the like
I
root
agree.
cause. And I'm having that right now where I'm like, looking at our list and I'm like, okay, if we do these 10 things, I don't think my OTIF is going to really jump 10
Yep.
points of what I need. So then I'm starting to ask the team, like, what are the structural barriers that are probably harder to fix that we just haven't
Gotten to yet
addressed?
because they're
Yeah.
harder. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So your question. So give some examples of tolerating inefficiencies, misalignment, or low performance and how to shift that.
So I think sometimes like I come back to like assuming positive intent. And there are sometimes where I think like you come in and or maybe you've also just been there a long time. That's happened to me too. And you get the feedback that like it's not
Mm-hmm.
where it needs to be. And it's not because it's almost like people don't see it. Like you
Mm.
get so used to it, it almost becomes like a habit and you're like, well, it's just always
It
been
is so
that
true.
way,
Yeah.
right? And and that to me is where either you're new coming in or how do you actually maybe bring in somebody?
Mm-hmm.
It could be a peer from a different department or a different area and be like, what do you see?
Yeah.
And
This is why it's always good to have
yes,
new people coming in
it
and out of your
is.
org and
It
actually listening to
is.
them.
And listening to them and listening to them.
One lesson I heard, and I used to like fight
Yeah.
against this, was like, why do we hire consultants? And sometimes they're like, someone else needs to tell people
Because they don't want to listen to
they
it
don't
from
want to
the
hear
inside.
you.
They don't want
They're
to
like,
listen to it from
we
the
need to
inside.
pay. And I was like, really? They're like,
Yeah.
yes. They're
Yeah.
like, you need
Yeah.
to pay someone else and say the baby's ugly. And then people are like, oh, okay. But if you're doing it from the
Yep.
inside,
It can be harder.
yeah.
There was some a leader that we both know. She got this advice from a coach actually, and she
Yeah.
shares it broadly, and I love it. Every year she sits down as if some hot shot's about to come in behind her
Mm-hmm.
and really thinks about like what would they see and what would they do?
Mm.
And she's like, it crystallizes kind of the 3 big things then that I need to do. Like, if I had to hand off this desk to someone
Yeah.
tomorrow, kinda like,
Because we've all had that
what did you know that
experience
was sitting there that
where you
you really
follow somebody, you're like,
what?
what? And someone followed me and was like, what was she doing? And
Yes.
it made sense, and there's like really good reasons.
Yes, but how do you spark that yourself? So that's what I think about is like, 1, you have to first, I think,
I like
see
that.
and acknowledge that maybe you are tolerating something that shouldn't be tolerated, like, and help others see it too. I feel like that has to be like the very first
In my
step.
morning meditation notebook, I have this question is like, what would you do differently if you didn't tolerate X or Y?
Ooh, see? Look at that.
And like,
It's
what is
nudging you, pushing you.
what is holding you back?
And I think that is, like, really interesting. Okay, so I feel really old for saying this.
You're not.
I just started really doing audiobooks.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
for, like, nonfiction, it's not for me. I'm sorry, for fiction, it's not for me, but for nonfiction, it's just, like, a
Yeah.
really long podcast. I've had
That
the
is true.
book Atomic Habits, like,
Yeah.
sitting on my nightstand
It's on mine too.
probably for 4 years, collecting dust. It gets dusted every once in a while. Anyways, I'm finally listening to it on audiobooks, and I was like, yes. And
I'm gonna let
let them.
you gotta let
Yes.
them. But I just finished
Yes.
audiobook. But here's what I
Okay.
have to have a good voice.
Oh, I
If
think
it's not a good audiobook voice, it throws me completely
I think
off.
for the nonfiction, it doesn't
It
bother.
doesn't bother you.
I mean, I've only done, like, let's be clear, I'm only on, like, my second
The
one.
bad voice really, I can't even.
Okay. Well, like, this next one, like, it's the author. Well, that's what Mel was too with
Yeah.
Let
The
Them.
other one,
Yeah.
one author was, it was struggling. Mel Robbins' voice is just
Yep.
fine.
No, James Cleary, he's the guy
Yeah.
from Atomic Habits. He's fine. It's
Okay.
very, like, even toned. But I mean, we know all of these things,
Yeah.
but it's been sort of eye-opening as even I evaluate, like, what's my regular routine, whether it's home, family, at work. You don't even realize how you slip into some of these things
Yeah.
sometimes,
And it's so comfortable.
and it's so comfortable. And to change it, it's gonna require something different.
I'm gonna dive book. But so anyway,
Okay.
I've been listening to the Let Them. Finally, like everyone else already. I asked
know,
Katie, I was
I
like,
know.
do I need to do it now? Because I feel like I follow her on Instagram. Everyone talks about it. But it is a good
Yes.
reminder. And the biggest takeaway for me is like not the professional part, it's the parenting.
Mm,
Because in her example, her little story about her son and the
yeah.
prom,
Oh, yeah.
that would I mean,
I'd be going crazy.
crazy.
The
And
supply chain in us is like, put it
And I
over,
realized
take care of
I
it.
do that with Harper on like
Everything.
things that really like I just believe they should. So one of the things, because I'm an engineer,
Yep.
like matching and colors and just certain things. I don't know. So finally, I mean, she's like, Mom, everything doesn't have to match. Or I'm like, the whole live with your choices.
Yeah.
So this morning it was cold. We had football. I was like, you should really wear a hoodie underneath. She's like, I'm fine. I was like, okay. And then I was like, I mean, I had on a coat and everything and I was fine. And she put it in, I didn't know she put it in her bag. But you know what? I did not argue. I said, live with your choices.
Live with your choices.
Live with your
Look
choices.
at you. Look at you.
It was so hard. And I was like, put on the jacket. Like, I was like, this is crazy. It's so cold. But I was like, how much energy am I
wasting
trying
on that.
to waste on something?
Okay, but that is a little bit counterintuitive, though, to like this not tolerating thing.
But she
What do
does
you think
say
about
in the
that?
book, like, safety
Yep.
in some things.
Yep.
As like, to me, it's like she's not rude and disrespectful in saying,
Yeah.
she wasn't like, I'm not wearing. She was just like,
Yeah.
Mom, so.
Yeah, I'm not talking about with Harper. I'm talking more around like I love Let Them because it was like, why am I wasting energy and time
Yeah.
on this? But then the flip side is also like, where do you decide to engage? I think, and
But I think the Let Them,
yeah,
I think it goes along with that because it's like, you don't have to engage, like,
mm-hmm.
it's almost like, as an adult, I've realized, like with friendships,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't, and she tells us about the story, like the friends go on
Yeah, yeah.
vacation or whatever. It's like, there are people in your life that are going to do what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I don't have to engage in that.
No, you don't.
I don't have to agree with it.
Yep.
And so I think that's okay too.
Yeah. Okay. This is
Ooh.
a good one. The emotional and strategic impact of refusing to settle. How high standards can drive innovation and respect.
Oh, I have a good story about this.
Ooh.
So when I was first out of school,
Mm-hmm.
I was an engineer in a plant, and the operators and mechanics were not very respectful of me.
Mm,
And I remember feeling like, do I want to even like
engage.
engage in this?
Yeah.
And my mentor at the time, who worked there, she's like, Courtney, and I was like, it doesn't really bother me. I'm just not trying to
Yep.
do this battle. She was like, she's like, it's not about you. And I was like, okay. She's like, it's for the next woman that comes
Comes in
here.
behind you.
So she was like, this maybe doesn't bother you. She's like, but it's inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't tolerate it.
Mm-hmm.
And because you're tolerating it,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to think it's okay for the next.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, so I do think it's, we have a responsibility.
Yeah.
And she reminded me of that.
Yep.
And one, she's like, you shouldn't be tolerating it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's 22.
Yep.
Like, I was like, I don't know.
No, I remember that. I came in, I remember to this department. I was the only woman in the whole department. And there had been one before. I was like backfilling her. And I remember they kept calling me babe or baby. And I was just like, it's Katie. And they were like, what? And I knew, I was like, the one before me, she let this go. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not. I was like, it's Katie. And they're like, what? And I was nice about it, like with a smile. I was like, I'm not your wife, not your girlfriend.
Not your
So it's
girlfriend.
Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I didn't, and I don't think I even felt confident enough
Hmm.
to know how to articulate it in a way professionally.
Yeah.
That like if I was at a bar and some
Yeah.
guy,
You just like
I'd
snap
be like,
back.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm like in a work environment and I
Yeah.
just didn't, and it kind of caught me off guard. So I just
Yep.
think I was kind of like,
I
okay,
think that's part of it too. Sometimes in context, you think you're at work, so you don't think you're gonna
exactly.
encounter this, and
Mhm.
then unfortunately, sometimes you do.
So yeah, I would say that, and then I think, to your point about earlier, I do think it is nice to, if you've been somewhere for a long time or have a team that's been somewhere for a long time, is forcing yourself like to get out of that space and be innovative and go do
Yeah.
something uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like when we took that trip to Palo Alto and really met with
Yeah.
founders, and then even when we talked to Sarah and Ellie, like I'm like, wow. So I
Yeah.
do think like we get the pleasure of interviewing, meeting with a bunch of people, so that
Yeah.
forces us to think differently. But
Yep.
how are you getting yourself out there
Yep.
and your team?
Yep.
I would say I'm super excited. Like as I've joined a new company, like I come in, they're like, what do you think? What have you seen? And I'm like, wow. So I do think getting people in, but getting your team out of their comfort zone and going to learn and try something. So I do think otherwise, as we all see, you can't just stay. And I think one of the things from a coach was like, people think that the other option is do nothing. So they get to be clear on the option of do nothing is not an option.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
either we're going to do it this way or
Yeah.
this way.
Yeah.
But people are like, oh, we're just going to do nothing. And I'm like, no, that's not.
Yep. That's not an
That's
option.
not an
That was not
option.
on the table.
It's not on the table. So I think you got to take that off the table for people, and then they can see like it's like red pill, blue pill, but there's no like just sit here and do nothing. Okay. So how do you think, I like this, women leaders can model elevated expectations while maintaining empathy and inclusivity?
So I actually think we're pretty brilliant at this.
I do too.
And I know that
agree.
that's a major gender bias. And I think I shared this not too long ago. There was this really interesting article. It was about this, they'd study the most like successful teams. And like you think like they're filled with like these just completely brilliant individual players, and they can be.
Mhm.
But what they found is they don't necessarily deliver the best brilliant results, even though they're stacked. And it came down to the team dynamics. Since they studied and studied and studied this, what they found was the ones that actually had more women on the team. And again, they talked about, and I hope the world is changing, but kind of that bias that you grow up with, like you're expected to be more empathetic, to listen. And so having more women on the team actually raised the emotional intelligence of the team.
Wow, I'm not surprised.
And that's what led to these better results because they knew when to push. They knew when to pull in like different people, when we should be listening. Anyways, that resonated with me for
I also
sure.
think because if you're coming up, this is how we came up, you were excluded a lot. So you're
Yes.
always looking for ways to
bring
not
others
be
in.
excluding others.
I agree.
Like I told my team, I'm like, I will crowdsource an idea. What do you think? What do you
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
just don't want to feel.
You never want to be on the outside.
And I think we both felt where you feel like your voice isn't heard, and that to me that is like a core. One of my coaches told me this, like at a fundamental level, people want to be heard,
They do.
like not just listened to, but really heard.
Heard. Yeah.
And so I think as women, we are always thinking about that because we
Mhm.
know how it feels to not
To
have
not
that,
be heard,
and that's
yeah.
like a hard.
Hard skill to learn.
It is.
So, yeah, I actually think we're sort of naturally good at this, like
Yes,
gifted, if you will. And as you're thinking about raising these standards,
and we are biased, by the way.
we are biased, we know it.
We're like, women are amazing at this.
Fully
Clearly.
acknowledge, fully acknowledge.
Clearly.
I'm raising my son to have more emotional intelligence,
He has great emotional intelligence.
so I do think there's this piece where, like, that's a natural gift,
Yeah.
and then you wanna have higher standards. We'll do it in a way that I think help people understand and maybe get excited about
like
it.
it.
Like you said, like, you're like, "Oh, no, no option? That's not an option," but they're gonna be
Yeah.
excited about one of the other 2.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Your turn.
All right. Ooh, okay, this was a fun one.
Mm.
Where have you raised your standards and seen transformation? Personal, professional? Could be either one.
I think back to the earlier example, like, remember that quote, like, you teach people how to treat you,
Mm.
and you probably can't feel it or see it now, I think, because I have mastered it, but I do think coming up in corporate America as a Black woman, you can kind of not want to rock the boat, draw attention to yourself,
Yeah.
and whatever. Now that I've been here long enough and kind of you start to don't care, but like I think really forcing it and making sure that I am treated equitably
Yeah.
and fairly. I'm not gonna say like well or good, whatever, but um and forcing that expectation.
Yeah.
And that has helped me financially
Yep.
as I negotiate salary. That has helped me in terms of how I am treated in meetings or at work.
Yep.
And sometimes it's like super uncomfortable
Mhm.
to call people on
Yep.
things. But
Can get awkward
it can get awkward. But I will say it doesn't take many times before
before it changes.
behavior is
Yeah.
changed. So I think and then I think now I have a brand where people know like we're not going
We're not gonna
we're not gonna do that.
Courtney's not gonna engage
Not
here.
engaging in that. So I will say that was something and I think that helped my confidence.
Yeah.
And I kind of asked myself too, and you talk about like how would I let someone treat Harper like that? Like,
Yes.
would I be like, yeah, Harper, you should tolerate that?
Right.
Um, and so I do think setting boundaries and
Mhm.
setting clear expectations and behavior does change.
Yeah.
It really
It
does.
does.
Even when you think, oh, they're not. No, they will.
They
They
will.
will adjust.
Yep.
So, okay. So, all right. So one ask we have of you is, as listeners, share on social media, like what's something that you have stopped tolerating and how did that change your life? And we love a story and we can add it to our newsletter or you can submit it on the website, but we would love to hear how that has really changed and even writing in your journal, like,
Yep.
what if I stopped tolerating these things? Like, what would that do?
What would that do?
What would that change?
I love it.
Okay, now we're gonna do a fun lightning round
Lightning
of
round.
random fall Thanksgiving questions because that's what I want to do.
All right.
Am I
Pumpkin
going
spice latte or apple cider?
apple cider? I hate the whole pumpkin spice latte thing. I think it's weird.
Oh,
Or
I'm
pumpkin
going.
spice everything. I think it's weird.
Okay. I'm gonna go with apple cider too, but I actually love pumpkins.
I don't like pumpkin.
I love pumpkin
But
pie.
I think this pumpkin spice thing is just weird. And it's just like
Oh,
it's everywhere and
pumpkin
expensive
pie.
and
And you only
weird.
get it once a year.
Okay.
Well, that's the next question. Here we go. Sweet potato pie or pumpkin pie?
I'm black, so I have to say sweet potato. But I don't like pumpkin either way. Okay.
I'm a pumpkin pie,
Oh,
clearly.
okay. Cozy sweater or flannel shirt?
Flannel.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They're so much better than a sweater.
Oh, I like flannel.
Oh, I love
I feel like I'm like
flannel.
a farmer. I'm like,
I was going more lumberjack vibe than farmer, but you know.
no. Okay, cozy
Okay.
sweater for me. Okay. Football game or fall hike?
I mean, I like when everybody's got the football game on because I go and do my own thing.
Okay, go to it.
I'm like, yeah, put the football game on. I'm gonna go over here in this quiet room where no one's gonna bother me for the next couple hours.
I like a fall drive. to
Fall
see the
drive, yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
I don't mind a football game
Okay.
as long as in person.
Okay.
Okay. Cranberry sauce, canned or homemade?
Neither.
What? I love the can little gel thing. You pull it up.
Nice.
The homemade I don't like. It doesn't give me. You don't like either?
They're okay. I think they're just okay.
I agree with you, but
But you know what? When I go to IKEA and I get the Swedish meatballs, I
Mm.
get the lingonberry sauce.
that stuff is delicious.
Okay, mashed potatoes or stuffing?
Mashed potatoes.
Stuffing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so good.
Oh, carved pumpkin or jumping leaves? Like
Carved pumpkins.
Neither. For me. Okay, leftovers, turkey sandwich, or some creative remix.
I don't know if it's creative, but I would reheat it. Like, I love the next day, like having it
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
I'm a creative remix.
Thanksgiving dinner, cook it or eat it?
Mm, yeah, we're eat it's.
We're eat it.
I like cooking, but it's not on Thanksgiving.
Not on Thanksgiving.
Shout out to Brasa who will be
Yeah, Brasa, who will be catering
our Thanksgiving
dinner.
and France 44 with charcuterie. So I was like, if we're just really honest, we're gonna be eating it. I make my mac and cheese, my special
You
mac
do.
and
I'll
cheese.
make like a dessert.
Thank you, Leslie Marshall. When I left the
Oh,
plant with her, she gave me her special mac and cheese recipe, which I still use, which was like a secret. She will only give it to me. She was like, "Don't you? This is your special recipe."
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I still
shout out
have it.
Leslie,
Thank
because
you, Leslie.
Lewis requests this mac
I
and
make him a
cheese.
special side. I told my mom because she was like, "What are we doing for Thanksgiving?" I was like, "I'm making this. Kay's making this, and then we're ordering the rest." I was like, "But I have to make a side mac and cheese for Lou, and it's his."
It's all
Okay.
his. He loves
Okay.
it.
Favorite fall color to wear?
Ooh, I think like a chocolate brown or like a cranberry color.
I'm into this clearly. This like monochromatic. I had this like all cream outfit.
Okay.
I wore.
Ooh,
I know.
cute.
I
Okay,
did. I had like a
okay.
little fuzzy blazer over it. I guess, yeah, it was like so. I'm into the like
Okay.
the new like the beige creams. Okay. Last question.
Here we go.
What's one thing you're saying no to this season so you can say yes to something better?
I was actually just thinking about
Ooh.
this,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start because especially like this season, like it starts to get crazy. I feel like with
Mm-hmm.
the parties and the activities,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start saying no to more evening activities, so then I
Mm.
can say yes to like feeling good in the morning.
I like this.
Yeah.
Partly let them is like I think I have I have to just say no. Like, we'll see if I answer the question right.
Answer it how you wish.
I know. I am going to this is more of like a stop. I think letting go of trying to during like this busy time,
Yeah.
be everything and do
Mm,
everything.
yeah.
I think as especially in my parenting life, I just feel the need, like I gotta show up
I
and
know.
be like like this week, I volunteered in the class and
Yeah.
we had football today. And I went to the Halloween parade. And I get this like I try to balance right where I'm like, okay, this week I'm working a lot. So then next week I need to parent 100%. And then like there's like then I end up in this like constant exhaustion of
Yeah, it's exhausting.
100% of everything all the time. And then I was like reflecting on our upbringing, and I was like, you know what? I was like feral on the
Yeah,
weekends
parents are working.
for 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
and I was fine.
Yep.
And I ended up being, I think, a pretty,
Yep.
stabilized adult
I
and
do.
successful.
Yes, I feel like too this past year, like David's obviously in a good spot now, but like I had to say no to stuff
Yeah.
because like you just could not be there for everything because he had a lot of health stuff going
But I'm with you
on.
on the same, like,
Yeah.
I've been saying no to things,
Yeah.
and then not giving the whole excuse or
No, no, no,
reason.
no excuse. Just like nope,
No.
can't do it.
I don't want to.
Yeah, can't do it.
And it is very liberating.
It is, and I feel so good when I'm like tucked in bed.
God, I know. My friend was like, last night, she's like, what'd you do last night? I was like, oh, I was at home. Da, da, da. You should have come over. I said, oh, no, I didn't want to.
Nope.
I sure didn't.
Nope.
I was like, you live far. And then I would have had, it was cold. And I was like, you know what? I was in my bed.
Cozy. It was
Cozy.
nice.
I got up at 4:30 this morning, texting Katie all kinds of random stuff. It was like, but I felt very at peace.
Yes.
And I did not, and she was like, oh, these people came over. That is great.
That's great.
But I feel
Yeah.
like just great. Like I turned my fireplace.
Yep.
And
Nice.
yes, I had a lovely evening and went to bed on time and felt just great. So I do think, yes, it's not why the fall is so crazy. It's like
It's between now and Christmas. It's full
the
out.
worst.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, Halloween used to be like Halloween. Now there's the parade. Now there's the trunk or treat. Now there's the thing. I'm
A
like,
lot.
it's a lot. I'm like, why do we need
A
like
lot.
10? Now it's like, and you got to raise canned goods for the thing. I was like, well, Like, thanks a lot, because I needed that to add to my day. I was like, we couldn't have done this. Like, I don't know, but it's yeah. And then it's like parent teacher conference.
It is. It's a lot between now and the
Dear
end of the year. It's
God,
a
and don't
lot.
add in a work trip, and then
I had like 2 coming up here, and I was
it's
like, whoo.
I know.
I know. It's a lot.
It's a lot going on. So yes, I love this, like saying no,
Say
because
no.
what is that thing where it's like I mean, people, you're already prioritizing whether you know it or not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the
You are.
things
If
you're
you
saying yes
whatever you say
to,
yes to,
yeah.
you're saying no to something else. You might not realize in that moment, but you can't do it all. So
All right. So that's the end of our episode for today. Thank you for joining us. Tell us how you like we're like, so this is our new studio. I have some velvet chairs too. So we'll go to my house
we're gonna
eventually.
swap back and
We're
forth.
gonna
We
swap
both have
back.
velvet
Velvet
swivel
I know
chairs.
mine are yellow.
Mine are like this
Yeah.
bluish color.
So
Bought
yeah,
independently.
no, that is so true.
Isn't that funny? I know we do like a lot of things.
We had the same car for a while. It was yeah. People were like, seriously? I was like, we didn't even
We didn't
consult.
even know. We did not even
We didn't
consult.
consult. Just figured it out. Okay. Have a great weekend. It was good to see everybody. Bye.
Bye.